Now, I'm going to finish with this point. Katie, in her speech, cited a number of the great heroes of our indigenous radical tradition. And among them are some of the greatest heroes to have lived or argued in any language. She cited the Levellers, 3 of whom fell in Burford Church in an act of cold-blooded execution which disturbed even the morbid sensibilities of mid-17th century England. What was it that the Levellers, those far-sighted, heroic men who looked forward to the universal franchise, who looked forward to something that we would now recognize as constitutional liberty and democracy under the rule of law, what was it that they believed? What was the starting point of their ideology? What was it that Richard Overton argued for in his Arrow Against All Tyrants? Self-ownership. He began by saying, I own my mind, I own my body, and if I am free to trade the products of my own labor, then, without the intervention of prelates or princes, then I will be fulfilled and happy. These were proto-libertarians. They were radicals, all right, but they understood that freedom was linked, as they constantly said in the very paper that Katie quoted, that liberty and propriety, ownership and freedom were inextricably linked. Let me close with some words of their great contemporary, another libertarian hero, John Milton. Capitalism, this thing that raised our species, developed in some of the Italian northern city-states, was then refined by the Dutch, but it was in this country that it reached its fullest flower and was exported. Addressing the Lords and Commons in 1644, Milton said, "Remember what nation it is whereof ye are. A nation not slow and dull, but quick and piercing of wit." We got the whole thing going. And we ended slavery, and we exported property rights, and we exported the rule of law, and it was all based on raising the individual above the state rather than the other way around. When you walk out of the doors tonight, vote for freedom and remember what nation it is whereof ye are.